live? All right, I'd like to call to order this Board of Selectmen regular meeting for Tuesday, June 18th, 2019. Please rise and join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. No, well, we got correspondence from the town attorney, but nothing else, right? Okay. Public comments. We're gonna put you on the agenda, so you don't need to do that. First order of business then is approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of June 4th, and I'll put that motion on the floor to approve.
Second.
Any discussion, any comments, corrections? Hearing none, those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that carries. First Selectmen's report. I want to thank the Bradford Chamber of Commerce for a very well-run meeting today. You know, it was the annual State of the Town address, and we had good participation. Dr. Carver came, Steve Harding came, Beth Cavagna from our planning department, and I thought the messaging was very positive about the condition of the town. And Steve gave us some valuable insight into the inner workings, or lack thereof, of Hartford. So, but I want to also commend our delegation. The other three members were not available to come today, but Steve Harding, Rahab Ali Brennan, Senator Will Haskell, and Senator Julie Kushner all really worked very hard on behalf of the town of Bethel, and I want to thank them for their hard work. They had not everything worked, but they did have a lot of successes in some of the things like holding back the big bill from the teachers' retirement plan, working to pass the statewide uniform fracking ordinance was a big success. The bottle bill did not pass, and that's really unfortunate. The plastic bag phase out did pass, and that's that is going to affect Bethel businesses, but it's going to come over a period of time. So I think people will have time to adjust to it, and they were expecting it too, because this is really kind of a nationwide thing. That's all I have for tonight. Rich, did you want to add anything?
I have a question. It's on the agenda: review, discussion of public site and building commission report to the Board of Selectmen. There's something in their minutes that I'd like to discuss in regards to the police station. I was wondering if we need to go into executive session for that.
It's possible. We can talk about that when we get to item number 5. Though.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
okay.
Right. That's it.
All right. Very good. Moving on, I'm going to put a motion on the floor to add one new item that, because this is a regular meeting, we can add. I'm going to add this as, make a motion that we add under new business item number 0, so it comes in order for Brad. Approval of Beer Fest 2019. Is there a second?
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye? Okay, so that is now new business item 0. I'm going to rephrase that, consideration of Beer Fest approval.
Okay.
And now I want to introduce Brad Colts, Executive Director of the Bethel Chamber of Commerce. And I know, Brad, that you have already filled out all the paperwork, the Park and Rec. You've got the liquor licenses underway. You've notified the police department. But on advice of the town attorney for many years now, because alcohol is involved in this event, he does prefer that that the Board of Selectmen are aware of it and give a formal approval. So,
Sure.
Floor is yours. If you could just tell us what the plans are this year.
Essentially, we want to replicate what we did last year. It was a terrific event. We did it on a Friday last year. We'll do it on a Friday this year. Parks and Rec, per our request, is going to provide the fencing around it so that we have control over the size of the crowd and make sure that no minors get into the area. From approximately 6 to 9, we'll have beer tasting and music
Okay.
on the lawn.
Mm-hmm.
That's essentially the event. It's a significant chamber event. I've been getting inquiries since January from folks who are looking forward to coming to it, and we just think it's a terrific thing to do for the town.
How many police officers are they asking you to hire?
I'm actually meeting with the police commission tomorrow.
Okay.
We had 2 last year.
Yeah.
Obviously, whatever they request, we'll certainly comply with.
Okay. All right.
And it's rain or shine?
It is rain or shine.
Okay.
There was one year not last year, but the year before, they put up a big top in the middle because it was rainy, so
Right.
that there was a place to, do you have a contingent, which is not part of the approval, I'm just asking.
No,
out of
we
curiosity.
do in fact have a tent on standby.
Yeah.
We pay a small deposit for it.
Yeah.
And then if we need it, we pay a truckload of money for it.
Yeah, right, right.
Did you have a date? Did I miss that?
I'm sorry?
Did you say a date?
I did, 26th of
Ju-
July.
yeah, July 26th.
July 26th.
Thank you.
And do you limit it to a certain amount of people?
We limited the number of folks in the fenced-in area to 600. We would continue to do that.
600?
Yep,
Yeah.
and we would continue to do that this year.
Is the website live for buying tickets yet, or no?
The information's on it, but we haven't publicized it yet pending your approval.
Okay, all right, well, that makes imminent sense, thank you.
How many people, just curious, how many people did you have last year?
There were 600 that were allowed in, and we had about another 100 that we held and kind of fed in as people came in.
Yeah. The chamber, through all three directors, has been very good about following that rule, because that's a limitation that is tied to the license as well as the police commission stipulation, so it's been very well controlled, and I have
That's
no doubt that it will.
Quite a few people.
Yeah, it is. I think the first year, wasn't it limited, I don't remember, it was limited to like 100 people or something.
Yeah,
like that.
that's what I
But they
was
said
surprised
it-
at 600.
If the chamber can make this work without any problem, then we'll let it get a little bit bigger, subject to the,
Right.
space limitations that we have. But just so you know, last year they had tables set up so you could sit down, and I was talking to, there were two couples that started talking to me. I was just sharing a table with them.
Right.
And they turned out to be from Ridgefield, and the one couple was from Ridgefield, the other couple was from Bethel.
Okay.
And they had invited their friends the year before.
Yeah.
And they said, we look forward to this, but since we came last year, we've discovered La Zingara, we've discovered Echo, we've discovered the Note.
Yes.
So I know that as a business building activity,
absolutely.
it's a really good thing for the town. So I'm glad the chamber is still doing this. This is good.
Well, thank you. I actually spoke with both Lisa and also Steph, Jay Lawrence, and
Yeah,
and how they did, and they had their best night of the season after this event.
yeah,
So it really does drive a lot of after event
yeah.
traffic to those places.
Yeah.
That's what's that.
Okay, good. Well, I'll put a motion on the floor that we approve Beer Fest 2019 for July 26, 2019, subject to the normal conditions, police commission approval, insurance, and all that, as specified by the Park and Rec.
We've already
Procedures.
provided the insurance information.
Okay, good.
Who did you give that to?
Park and Rec.
Park and Rec.
Okay, did you second that, Richard?
I'll second, yes.
Okay. All right, any further discussion, questions?
I think Marty should review it from,
Oh,
make sure
yeah.
the Park and Rec sends it to Marty for review.
All right,
Yeah.
Just that,
I have the
they don't
application
hand a
with me, so I-
certificate to Eileen and she says it's okay. I think we should look at it and make sure.
It should be approved by our insurance agent.
well, yeah, she sends it to Bill Guerrero.
All right, well,
Yeah, but all right, we'll make it,
I
yeah,
talked to
subject
Bill
to
today,
town.
He didn't say anything about it.
okay.
What's that?
I talked to Bill today on another matter, he didn't say anything about it, so I don't know if he got it yet. That's okay.
That Marty be copied it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, any other questions? Hearing none, those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that carries. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, I'm sure Police Commission will go well tomorrow night.
Certainly expect so.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you very much. Okay, back to item number 1 under new business. Do we have, this is approval of tax?
Nope, it's in your packet.
Yep. All right, have a good night, Brad.
Thank you, you too.
All right, that's Jennifer's right.
You should have a packet that was stapled together, the minutes on top.
Oh, the minute, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
got it.
Just start working your
Flip the
way through
page.
it.
Yep. Okay, consideration of approval of tax refunds. I'll put a motion on the floor that we authorize requests in the, tax refund request in the amount of $5,162. Refunds are a result of overpayment of taxes as submitted by Mrs. Skako, the tax collector, June 18th, 2019.
Second.
Any questions?
No.
Hearing none, those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that carries. Consideration of declaration of approval, or consideration of approval of declaration of open space for Clark Park. And this has to do with a recent re-subdivision of, what, 4 lots out at the end of Trowbridge Drive, right, Marty?
Correct.
Okay, do I have to read this entire resolution?
No, that's not a resolution, that's just a declaration.
Okay,
Because you already own it, normally what happens is whoever the property owner is, they just deed it to the town.
yeah,
But because we already own it, because the town already owns it, we declare a declaration that we're gonna have it run with the land, and although if you read it, there is a provision in there that says that we can change the type of open space if planning and zoning and this board agrees to that
mhm,
in the future,
okay,
so. And I have, I have the Mylar, and it's the only thing left that's gotta be done to finalize this re-subdivision.
okay. I'll put a motion on the floor that we approve declaration of open space of the re-subdivision of Clark Park. Open space area 75,620 square feet, or 1.736 acres. On the map shown as a portion of the land entitled NF Town of Bethel. On a map entitled Subdivision Map Expansion of Francis J. Clark Business Park, Trowbridge Drive by Mylona McBroom.
Okay, and maybe refer to the date of the map.
Map dated August 24th, 2018. Project number 4494-03. Okay,
Second.
all right. Any questions for Marty?
Marty, there's the only thing, I just looking at it quickly, and I know the retention thing came up on the other project. Is there gonna be any retention that goes into the wetlands there? Is that something that we need to know about?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
There wasn't any. I'll double check the approval again, but, and if it is, I'll come back and tell you. But I don't believe that there was any.
You know, I don't know if that would become in the wetlands or if that would be part of the development, so.
No, I think wetlands signed off on it already,
Okay.
because planning and zoning wouldn't approve it if wetlands did. And you have to remember too, this is stretched out over a period of 6 months, because this was originally approved in December. And there was an issue regarding the open space, and they went back and looked at it again and changed their approval to change the open space from like 30 acres to 1.7 acres, so,
Okay.
but I'll double check that.
Okay. Any other questions? Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that carries. Consideration of acceptance of Jennifer Way as a Town of Bethel road. So I'll put a motion on the floor that, you had some provisions you wanted to attach to that, right?
I think I gave you the motion. I made
Oh,
a
okay.
motion.
Motion to accept Jennifer's Way as a town road, subject to the following conditions being reviewed and approved by town council. 1, the warranty deed for the road known as Jennifer's Way. 2, appropriate certificate of title or title insurance policy in the amount of $15,000 for the road known as Jennifer's Way. 3, establishment of a homeowners association and documentation for the maintenance of the detention basin. Documentation for the maintenance of the detention basin to be recorded in the Bethel land records and shall run with the land. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Anything else to cover with this? Any questions? Okay, those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that carries. Okay, item number 4, consideration of appointment to fill a vacant seat for Youth Commission alternate. And I would put a motion on the floor. We have a recommendation from the Bethel Republican Town Committee to appoint Mrs. Joan Hislop to that position. So I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion?
No.
Hearing none, those in favor? Aye. So congratulations, Mrs. Hislop, thank you for volunteering. So item number 5, Marty, can we go into executive session without having that posted on the agenda?
Yeah, you can, but
But
what are
is
your
this-
grounds? I mean, I don't know what the grounds are. What do you-
Well, it's
the
in-
grounds that it's a legal question, that may involve, litigation at some point, I suppose, but,
Yeah, but I would,
Well, let me just, do you have the letter from the, Public Safety Commission?
unless it's in the packet.
It's in the packet.
I-
Yeah,
I haven't
page
seen
404.
okay, so it's at the top of page 2 of the, Public Site Building Commission minutes, right, up here?
Where's the letter to the? It says, please see our letter to the Board of Selectmen, where is it?
I don't think we received a letter, we've just,
It's just minutes, and then there's that one notation.
Well, the building committee is asking for guidance on this. They feel that they haven't been making headway and they want to take some legal action. One of the question was to, are you able to take care of it, or do we need to
No.
look at other?
No,
Other-
you need to look at somebody else.
okay.
And that's not what this says either. This doesn't say that, it just says that they want input on obtaining legal counsel. It doesn't say that there's a lawsuit, so I don't think what you've got in front of you is sufficient to go into executive session.
My suggestion would be that we table this and schedule a meeting between the town attorney and myself and the vice chair of the building committee and get the documentation, because I don't even have a current punch list at this point. I haven't seen one for a couple of months. I don't think you have either, have you?
Well, there's, in their minutes, there's some stuff about it.
But it says, please see our letter to the Board of Selectmen, but I don't know if that's an actual letter or if it's the minutes. Well,
All right, well,
yeah, I'll make a motion that we table pending a meeting with the town attorney.
okay. Second.
All right, those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, all right, that carries. So that will be continued at a future date. Item number 6, discussion of Target Corporation Assessment Appeal. And I'd like to make a motion that we enter executive session at 7:20, inviting in town attorney, the assessor, and the recording secretary. Is there a second?
Second.
Those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so as soon as we're turned off, we'll shut the doors, we'll begin the executive session. live? So I'll put a motion on the floor that we accept the stipulated agreement between Town of Bethel and Target Corporation in the valuation of $12,400,000 with an assessment value of $12,400,000 with an assessment value of $8,860.
I'm sorry, 8,000,000.
8680. 8680000.
Second.
Okay, any further questions? Hearing none, those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, that carries. And that concludes our agenda. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
All right, one of a second.
Yeah.